Hello, good evening. It is Thursday, I guess. Let's get some music going. Okay, so it's Thursday, but it's also 1st of August. And 1st of August is the national holiday of Switzerland. Now, I'm not a patriotic man at all. I think patriotism is bad. So I don't really partake in these kinds of, holidays or whatever. I don't really care. But I thought it would be a good idea or a good excuse or a good occasion maybe to try and create a very simple particle system. Now, if you know a bit about my projects, you might know as well that I have a library called Flare.
As logic follows. Sounds good.
If this would load. Now, Flare says an easy particle system. It says it's an easy particle system
With
library.
the planets was great.
But that's kind of a misnomer because Flare is not really a particle engine at all. It's more of an animation engine. What it does is it allows you to define sequences of tweens, or more specifically, it allows you to define the state of entities at certain points in time, as well as the change between these time intervals. And this can be used to create particle animations, like this. And as part of the system, it allows you to play back, change the speed, and roll back things as well, and change it as you go along. So it's an interactive system, and it tries a lot to do this animation stuff. But it's not really a particle system, because you specifically designate what each of any kind of entity does, and you sort of orchestrate them by adding them into a hierarchy of stuff that can change their positions and attributes. Now, a particle system typically is something composed of two parts. One part is an emitter, which simply generates particles at a certain rate for a certain amount of time. You can have like variable emission rates and stuff like that, and it sets the initial state of each particle. And then the second entity you have is the particle itself, which has a certain number of attributes. Typically, these attributes are a velocity, an acceleration, a deacceleration or a dampening effect, and a lifetime. So typically the emitter sets the initial velocity and the lifetime of the particle. And after that, the particle just lives for as long as it does and then dies once its lifetime is up. During that time, it can have different forces enacted on it, so it can have a gravitational pull, it can have some collision meshes applied, or collision checks and rebounds and things like that. But essentially what you have is just an array of particles that each have the same attributes, but only differ in their initial state. And so that's very different from what Flare does. Flare was kind of made with the question of how would you orchestrate what you see in like bullet hell games and things like that. How could you create a language that allows you to describe these kinds of patterns in a convenient way? And that's the result of this. But that's not really what I want. Not for now. For now, I want to do a bona fide bona fide particle system. And I think we're actually going to do this as part of trial instead of leaf. So let me restart here and load with the GLFW backend.
Is there going to be specs?
Specs? What do you mean? Okay. So the way I was thinking of doing this is having a singular array that holds all the properties, or a singular buffer that holds all the properties of the particles, and then you simply update all the data in that buffer whenever you want to change the how the particles are rendered. And we're going to use we're going to abuse, or actually we're also going to use instancing for this. Now, instancing is a thing in GL and DirectX that allows you to sort of take a geometry and then have a set of attributes, or draw that geometry many times, but also have a set of attributes that vary for each of these instances that you draw. But the trick is that you draw all of those at once in one call. So we're going to use that. Now there's a thing where instancing is only supposed to be used for a high enough number of vertices for each instance thing that you draw, and so it shouldn't be used for 2D sprites, but we're going to do it anyway because it's convenient. Okay, so at least for now we're going to do 2D sprites. I think the system could also be easily changed to allow you to use any kind of geometry. In fact, I probably will do it that way. So let me quickly get a refresher on how this stuff worked. Bit confused.
I never realized Flare implemented an ordered queue. Is it exported?
Yes, it's in the flare.q package. It's what's used as a standard backing thing for the scene. And generally container is by default I think it's called an ordered set or something like that, which is a combination of the order queue with a hash set to map to each entity to allow O1 removal. But yes, it's there.
I see indexed set.
Yes, index set would be what it is, yeah. But there's the queue is just flare queue as the package, and the index set is the thing built on top with the hash table. Anyway, let me see. Oh, I see, okay. So that's how that works, okay. I see. Okay. Can also later make this to do. Honestly, it would be very interesting to model this as a GL struct, but that currently doesn't deal with strides in the way we want to. That is an interesting thought. So the GL struct stuff for uniform buffers allows you to access GL buffer data as if it were Lisp objects transparently without wasting additional storage, or without wasting the bulk of additional storage. Which will be very useful for this, because I don't want to represent each particle with a singular instance. But that system would allow me to do that. But it's currently not laid out to work on vertex arrays or vertex buffers, which is what we have to use. Well, let's just proceed and make a single, simple thing first. Also, let me go back to this. So we were gonna want to store. We're gonna store a position or a location, and we're gonna store a color, and that's gonna be it for now. So. We need more data for the particle, but that's not all of the data is actually useful. Or, that's an interesting thought. Do the display logic entirely in the shader. Okay, so we need a location, a velocity, and a lifetime. So the location is a vec3, velocity is also vec3, and the lifetime is a float. Do we need anything else for a simple system? I guess a seed for randomness. So we can use that as with the velocity possibly. Or the lifetime, I'm not sure. Okay, for now let's just deal with these three three properties. So we're gonna need well, plus 3, 3, 1, and that. Yeah, wait. And that times the number of particles. Set the default maximum to like 64 for now, even though we can go way, way, way higher. Let's set the defaults to like 1024. Why not? Waste a bit of space. Who cares? It's gonna be single floats. Okay. And let's also say the element is 0. Okay. So because we're taking an arbitrary geometry, so okay, let me go back a bit. In GL, the vertex array is sort of a combination of pointers into raw data buffers. And this vertex array tells you how to read out the actual data from these buffers. And so you can interleave data in the buffer, so you can have multiple kinds of data in a single buffer. And the vertex array tells you how to decode certain things. So it tells you the data type, it tells you the length of the data, it tells you the stride of the data, and it tells you the offset of the data. And whether it should be instanced or not. And normalized, I think. Anyway, those two are not that important. So, in order to actually send the data to the GPU, you then need to give each of these sort of buffer bindings, as they're called, in the vertex array an index number. And via this index number, you can then read the data out in the shader. So here we're reading binding 0, 1, and 2. Now, because we're taking an arbitrary geometry for what we display for each particle, this might have, well, any number of already assigned vertex bindings, and so in order to attach more of those, our own, we're going to need to somehow determine the number here to automatically add onto those. Okay, so we're going to do that by simply looping through the bindings in the vertex array that's generated. For binding in bindings male, if max. So you can also have things, so in trial the vertex array has a list of bindings that correspond to these buffer bindings, and there's two types essentially. There's an element buffer and a vertex buffer. The element buffer is not a vertex buffer, it doesn't hold vertex data, it just tells you in which order to read out the vertex data, and that's not as a list but as a just an instance of a buffer. So we're gonna need to check for that because we don't care about that type of buffer. Otherwise, we're just gonna max the getaf second rest the index. Yes. Don't remember if the index needs to be explicitly given. I don't think it does need to be, so for I from 0, and the default is going to be I. Okay, so that gives us the maximum IDX, which means we can now safely push new bindings on. So this is going to be actually +1 IDX. Offset is going to be 0. Size is going to be 3. Wait. Yes. Stride is going to be 3 times 4 bytes, I believe. This is how it works. I'm always unsure about this. Instancing is definitely 1. For second property, we again have 3. And here the offset needs to be, hold on. Oh wait, no, this needs to be the stride needs to be the whole thing, so. Yes, okay. So this needs to be 7. 7 times 4 bytes. Offset is 0 there, and then we have 6 times 4. Just to make it uniform, why not? Yeah, I think that's correct. I hope it's correct. It's the worst when you don't even know your own stuff anymore. Oh. You can't do max. Oh. Well, alright then. What? Oh, it was... thought max was allowed instead of maximize. Guess I'm remembering my loop syntax
Which lib
wrong.
do you use? Want to use for OpenGL?
ZL OpenGL? There's not really anything else. Is that what you're asking? Okay.
Yes.
Okay. I don't think there's any other library though. Also, the IDX on this is wrong. And we're actually gonna return those as additional values. Or just the index of the first one. Okay. There's a data usage argument for buffer objects that allows you to tell GL a hint about how often you're going to use it. I forget what the names are, so I'm going to need to look those up, because we're going to need streaming for this. Stream. Yes, so stream draw, I think, is what we need here. There's also a way to use buffers for reading back data from shaders, but I have never looked into that, but it might be interesting, because then you could probably do the entire all of the particle stuff in shaders, which would be interesting. But for now, okay. So we're gonna create an emitter, which is what actually ultimately draws all these things, and is responsible for, you know, keeping track of how many particles there are. So this is going to be vertex entity that we're expecting that this is going to be subclass, so that people can supply their proper drawing logic. One problem is that I'm thinking about is the question of live particles. So because we're using an array, and because the lifetime of the particles is not going to be constant, the question becomes, what do you do with the dead ones? Because they start filling up the front of the array. And I think what we can do here is estimate the maximum lifetime of the particles, and after that lifetime has been reached, we can start calling the front of the buffer again. Sort of like a ring buffer, you know. Yeah, that should work. I don't know. Doesn't feel very good. I wonder how they do it. You know, real people with actual knowledge and experience in this stuff. Oh, Bakeable, right, that was the name. Okay. Actually, we're not gonna make the verdicts entity. Or maybe we should. But we need a different drawing method. So, it does all of this in the primary method. That does diminish things considerably. Maybe this should be done in the before. Then that will give problems with the ordering, huh? Actually, no. This should not necessarily be a vertex entity. All we require is a vertex array slot. That is all. Because the actual method of painting things is up to everything else. So you might not want to use the vertex entity for your drawing logic. Okay. Right. But in our paint method, we're gonna use I think you need to know about the paths. instead of the default draw elements call, we're going to call draw elements instance. And this is going to need the get the vertex form, right? Something very similar to this. There's a way to pass an offset, which I don't remember now. Elements instanced. Let's have a look. Spec. Sorry that you can't see these things. I just have my browser on the other monitor. What? What is a pointer now? Indices is a pointer to the location where the indices are stored. That's weird. Starting at indices. Why is it a pointer? Let's see. The offset into the index buffer. No idea why it's described as a pointer. That's weird. Okay, so we're gonna use that though. I don't know how to describe the offset though. That's no wait, I do. So the offset is integers, I believe. So 4 bytes times I don't want to keep account of the live particles. I want to have a read offset. Read offset. Well, actually, I do want to keep account of the live ones as well. That actually gives me a problem. I can't use it as a ring buffer after all. Because that doesn't know. Can't actually use modular arithmetic to access the things from GL. Well. Try something anyway. Oh, right, the vertex form is another thing. She's not described in the vertex array. Why is that not in the vertex array, to be honest? It should be in there. It should be in there. Yeah. I'm gonna move that, but that'll break a few things, probably. I see no reason why you would want to decouple that and suddenly draw it as something it's not. Yeah, that should be on the thing. Let's look at where that's referenced. Aside from these two uses, it's not used at all. Very good. But geometry does need a change. Where is he? Oh, right. Oh, huh? Oh. Okay. Let me commit that real quick. And break everything, that would be great. Okay. Okay. Back to this. So in the default particle emitter, we're going to make a specialized class that is for 2D sprites, which we're actually going to use. In the default set, we're simply going to define these layout sets. Wait, actually, we can't do that. Can't even do that, because I don't know the index. That's no bueno. There's no way to parameterize these indices either. So I guess we're not going to do anything. We are gonna do a subject though, or handler, sorry. For the tick. Okay. We also haven't yet described the way in which the particles behave. So we're going to define a couple of additional properties. We're going to define a minimum lifetime and a maximum lifetime. Could do that as a vec2. Minimum lifetime, let's for now say like 0.5 in seconds. The maximum is like 1 second or 1.5. And then we're going to say now the question becomes, how do we actually define the initial state of the particles? Which we could have a method for that simply does that, and then specialize on that method in subclasses, which actually sounds pretty good. So let me do that. Particle initial particle state emitter, and that should return us a velocity, a location, or offset, and velocity, and a lifetime, I guess. And we're not going to use these. I'll do that in mixins and things like that, maybe, perhaps. Okay. What we are going to define as well is a... well, let's also add the tick, I guess. And a new particle count. Just gives us a number. It's a number. Okay. We are going to need a max lifetime though in order for this to work at all, I think. Because otherwise we would need to... I guess it would work best if we simply contracted the thing on the fly, so we only need alive particles, and we're automatically going to shuffle down the empty particles as they fall off. Okay. So, in order to do this, we're going to also define a couple of helper macros in this tick. This tick function is going to be responsible for calling dead particles and updating existing particles to their new state. And we're also gonna update particle state generic function emitter tech, and then the particle stuff, which is gonna be the location, velocity, and lifetime. For now, we're gonna need to abstract that into a struct at some point, or something else that we can use to have variable number of arguments or whatever. Okay. Let's save this up. Now, we're gonna need a macro in here to conveniently access these properties throughout the array. First, we're gonna bind the BBO for the buffer data, or let's just actually do that. No, actually need both, so never mind that. I need the vertex buffer pointer to actually update the buffer. Vertex buffer. Okay. Oh well, we're not gonna need macros but functions in any case. I don't know yet. Not quite sure yet how I want to do this. Update particle. Offset. I'm again indulging in a bit of premature optimization here. I hope my cat isn't freaking out too much because of the fireworks. So far I haven't really heard anything loud though, and from observing so far he hasn't really cared too much either, which is great. But I worry nonetheless.
It's not late evening yet, so please keep a lookout for it.
It is late evening. It's 2100. Okay, so first we read out the data from the array for the current particle. Then we call...
Oh yeah, it is.
We call... update particle state.
No wonder I'm tired.
Sometimes I really wonder about you, Gingy. Sometimes I really wonder. functions for these. Much better than comments. Probably can loop this out into the loop, or write this out into the loop. Jesus. Later. Once I get to actually writing that loop. So boring to do all this bookkeeping. Okay. Let me think for a second. Yes, this is fine. Okay. Actually, the lifetime is always read out, so we don't even need to do that there. If if the lifetime is above 0, then we read the particle, we update the thing, and then we increase the write offsets. And if we have a thing, then we ignore it and read ahead. So actually this can be a when. And this should be most of the logic. Finally. Now, end of the loop, we're gonna repeat that and add in the new things. So, yeah, okay. I'm trying to decide whether I want to pass the same values into the initial particle state function or if I should return them. I feel like it's more natural to return them, but I don't know. It will be more consistent to keep both, so maybe I should just do that. Yeah, let's just do that. Okay. Wait, hold on. Oh, fuck. Ah! Oh. Whoops. This is a pain. I'm gonna need to restart. Okay. I have to do a bunch of stuff to the depends. That should be enough. Arid. That is fine. Okay. Good, so that should be the update function as efficiently as I can muster it. Well, actually not quite. We forgot the most vital step. So currently as it is, we are updating the data on the CPU side by filling in the buffer data in our array here, but we actually need to also update the buffer on the GPU side. And in trial we do that with the update buffer data, and we have the VBO and the data. And that should do the necessary steps. So here we have call next method. Okay. That should be fine, I hope. Perhaps. Okay, now we're good. Actually, one more thing. After we add our new particles, we need to save the new number of particles. So set up live particles. Also, this becomes 0 again. So got rid of that idea. Live particles. That's the right offset. Divided by 7. Okay, so that should be good. Better to have that outside the loop. There we go. That makes me less upset. Alright. Good. Good. That should be everything for the framework. Man, that took a bit longer than I hoped it would. Alright, let's get into a workbench and clear things out. Let's leave the grid in there. And sure, let's make a cube. So our cube is going to be what we draw. Not going to have a skybox or whatever. Okay.
Cube.
Yes, cube. So what does the cube have for things? It has... Yeah, this is another problem. We currently have no way of specifying which attributes to include. Or, you can when you transform the mesh into the array, but that happens automatically. Set mesh here. Yes. So I need to add an argument to this class that allows specifying this. Let's do that. Fact. Because there is a thing here, right? So attributes. Okay, with that we should be able to specify this. That we only want the location. So now when this cube is transformed into the actual vertex array, it should only generate or pack the stuff for the location rather than the UVs and whatever else and normals that it might have. Okay, good. That's good. That's great. If it works, which we don't know. Next, let's create our actual point of interest, which is our... We're just gonna call it fireworks for now. going to be a particle emitter. Okay. The reason I'm also doing this with controlling the vertex attributes is so that I know for sure what the index is. In fact, let me test that real quick. Particle storage. Make cube 5. Actually in this we can't specify that either. And we don't want to create a mesh at all. I just realized. Because, or we want to make a mesh but not like this. We need to make it like this. Make particle storage. There we go. Okay. That's not right. Why is it 3? Should be 0. So that didn't work. Great, cool, debugging other stuff that I should not be working on at all. My favorite. Why? What the fuck? Oh, I'm passing the wrong arguments. Okay, cool. Really, for consistency, this should also be... Okay, there we go. That's what I wanted. Good. Okay, back to our workbench. So, now we have the mesh. That's fantastic. And we have our thing. So now we need to define these extra functions that we define here. Initial particle state. Actually, the lifetime should not be passed here at all because we have to return that. Whoops. Okay. We are going to return a random number between, again, 0.5 and 1.5. Actually, we haven't... Yeah, okay, that's fine. And we're going to update... Well, we're gonna make everything spawn at 0, 0, 0. And the velocity is gonna be somewhere random in X and Z, but definitely strong in Y. Maybe, actually this is probably too strong. Maybe let's do for now, and then yeah, that should be fine. Maybe, perhaps, I don't know. Or actually, for an initial state, maybe this is fine. I don't know. Update. So our life is just going to be decreasing by the delta time. That's a simple one. And the location is simply going to be increased by the velocity. And the velocity is simply going to have the gravity applied. Of 0.1 maybe, I don't know. And here, whenever we reach a new second, so if equal to 0 mod frame count of tech by 30. Actually, we're running, I don't know how many frames we're running. Yeah, I don't know. I think we're unbounded on frames, so this might be really bad. Maybe I should just... No, I can't do that. I don't know. Need to have a proper counter in this. Maybe. Okay, so that defines the actual logic of the particles, but we don't yet have the logic of the movement yet. Also, let me remove the locate and empty from this. Line cross shader, fireworks, bricks, shader. Alright, Leah needs to come before. How did I create a block again? I forget. So many things forgotten. There we go. Dots. Okay, so this code here actually determines the vertex position, so this translates the cube. And now we just need to copy the data from our vertex array into this buffer here, or struct, I guess, I don't know what you call it, so that we can access it from the fragment shader as well to do some effects based on the current particle state. Okay, and now fragment share. The fragment shader, we define a very similar block. Okay. Color is just going to be the clamp of the lifetime between 0 and 1. I think that'll be fine. Or vec 3 of that, and then vec 4 of that, plus 1 for the alpha component. And that should be good. See, crash. Invalid method error. Oh, that's interesting. I didn't remember the vertex attributes had a thing there. Interesting. Or rather, I forgot. Mesh. Yeah. I think it's an append method. I forget. Yeah. It's just doing around. gonna work. No primary method. What do you mean? Oh, I guess not. It's unbound. How? That's an init arg? That is weird. I don't want to be debugging this, motherfucker. This is extremely not relevant to my interests at the moment. That's more like it. Undefined variable lifetime. Right. Cool. Needs to have a dot. Why is the buffer data nil? Wait, I'm confused. Hold on, what? Why is the vertex array mesh? Why did that not error? Why? Guess because it was an L and then it, yeah. Still here. Just implicitly. No. I hate this. Yeah, the mesh system in trial has been a fucking abomination for a long time that I haven't been able to resolve. So let me see. Why? Why was it not baked? Is bake not called? I think bake is not called. Why not? It is a bakeable, so it should be baked.
This is not anything interesting. Okay, so the bake does get called, but then what? So we call the vertex array, which is the mesh, and then we read the input, which is the actual vertex array, and from there we get the bindings. So this should work. I just don't understand why it does not. Very, very bizarre. Maybe that'll give me more information. I don't know what's going on right now. Why is it still the mesh, motherfucker? What did I do wrong? How is... Oh, it's... the mesh is also vertex array, I forgot. So it needs to be like this. Finally, Jesus. Value is not of type single float. Okay, this is not drawn correctly. And I don't know where the cubes are. Why is that not drawn right? It does say lines, then it's not using them for some reason. Did I not compile something? Yeah, and the fireworks have started now. Why is it triangles? What the fuck? Maybe it's because of the inner arc? Yeah, that's possible. Nope. What? Where is that coming from? Motherfucker, what? Sometimes I marvel at the amount of venom that swells up within me whenever these kinds of things happen. Venom snake. I don't want to be debugging this shit right now. Oh, I see. I think I see. Yeah. Again, the mesh is fucking me up. Yeah, there you go. Okay, we see at least a grid. Now we're already... what was that movie? Tron? The Grid. Digital Frontier. Okay. Good.
Yes.
Not so good that I can't fucking see anything. So this does happen every now and then. Okay, it stays around 300. But it doesn't shoot them. Why not? At the very least, I can't fucking see them. Let's for now do just white. Still can't see them. Don't know if they're too speedy or if they're like immediately they're not visible because they're too small. I don't know. Let's make the cubes bigger as a first step. It did not help. Let's then set the initial velocity to just 0. As well. And see if that does anything. It appears not. Not great. Not seeing anything is the worst kind of seeing things in OpenGL. Because they truly have no fucking idea what's going on. Oh, we haven't set the matrices at all. Whoops. That'll make a difference. Good job, me. There we go. There they are. Good. Okay. And now they should fall, question mark? Hmm.
Is it a cube?
It is sure a cube. Don't know why it's not moving now. It's weird. That kind of velocity should be quite significant. Okay, they're all dying fairly quick. Oh my god. Emacs, please. Oh my god. Let's try a alignment. See if that works at all. Maybe the update code is broken or something like that. That doesn't seem to change anything either. Should be randomly placed now, maybe. It's not very random at all. Why are they in XY instead of... What the fuck? There's some down there. What is this stuff? What is this? What? Well, huh? Oh dear Lord. Well, I mean, I guess I got my wish. At least I can see something. I just have no idea what it means. Why are they so far away? They seem to be falling like incredibly fast, or something like that. Don't know. The weird flickering is going on there as well. Even though oh. What is this? I don't understand why only the initial state works at all. Something is wrong with the updating code, I'm almost definitely sure. Because we should be seeing new cubes appearing in randomized positions now. What is the GL type used for anyway? It's used with data pointer. Oh my god. I completely forgot I wrote all of this. It's only used for the offset though, which I haven't provided. Not for the length. So... yeah, if its count is nil, then what? Data size is used, which is... type size. So that should be correct. I don't understand. What a failure. And I was so sure I could get this done and even like play around with it to make neat effects, but just have absolutely nothing. Just this. Makes no sense. Somehow everything gets treated as Y.
Many cube.
Complete nonsense. Why does the initial state work? Don't understand. Where is that? I have too many different functions for bullshit. Oh no, wait, it's with data pointers, the other one, okay. No, this is fine. What am I doing wrong? What am I doing wrong? Why am I never seeing anything? God damn it. Cool clipping. Am I not reading the data correctly? Can't be right. Maybe this is incorrect. That would make a lot of sense. I forget what the fucking stride and bullshit is. Every time. And that. No! Give me the fucking geometry file. The stride needs to be floats. Not sure why I use CFFI there. Vertex attribute size. Okay. It's 3. It's correct. I don't get it. I just don't get it. Seems all correct to me. Index seems right, instancing is right, stride is right. Why then? Yeah, it's 4. Of course it is. Alright, that's gonna change. Oh my god. What am I doing wrong? Something has to be wrong. How does it get a stride of 32? It's 8. Yeah. Okay. This is so confusing. Yeah, the size is in types, but the stride and the offset are in bytes. But it should be correct as it is. Why isn't it working? This seems just fine from everything I've been able to figure out. Why? Why? I kind of want to keep going on this until I get it right, but it's so frustrating. So what if I increase this to 200, which is the size of the grid? No change, of course. Why would there be? Yeah, it really does look like the data is just accessed wrong, but I don't know what that is. Even the... What? Even if I change anything at all, it just stays the same. Why? How? Let's make things smaller for now. Let's just say we're only gonna do let's say 3 particles. And these are nowhere to be seen at all. Okay. What if I force them to be at 0 in the beginning? Will that work? No. Okay, so the data is this. 0. Why is that? be 0, 0, 0. 0, 0, 0. And then some value. Not this. Where does this come from? 420, yo. But where does it come from? What? Oh, I'm still doing this. Whoops. Though that still shouldn't... Yeah, okay, never mind. Let's do it a couple of times. And now look at it again. It's still that. Okay, hold on. Okay. Still that. How? That is very bizarre. I initialize it to 0. And then it gets set to weird shit. It's also not... Okay, it has at least the right size. The lifetimes are okay, but I don't understand where these velocities and locations come from. So weird. They're always the same, which is good. And that's what we're expecting right now. So I really don't get... What the fuck is happening here? How? Motherfucker, how? So it gets written as 0, and then it's calls read particle, and that's somehow that. So the initial state is fucked up. But how? Do initialize it with an initial element of 0. What? Does it get corrupted somehow? Again. How? Where does it get changed? Or is it that it persists? Is that the problem? No, wait, what? Never mind, at first we don't even have any indeed thing, so it shouldn't matter. Hold on, okay, so here it's 0. That's fine. So at the end of the break... Why? What? Okay, no, never mind. We're not... At this point... The number of live particles should still be 0. So, hold on. 2 though. How? Wait, how did what get called? Huh? How is it 0 at the beginning already? Huh? Live particles must be 0 at the beginning, so... Oh my god. So how does this ever get bumped? If not through a call to this method. What? I'm not modifying it here. How? How is that? Oh, I'm a dumbass. Okay. So I don't know why it thinks 0 is there. I don't get that one. That is strange. It's almost like everything's on its side. Maybe this one is wrong, I don't even know anymore. Something is... meh. Okay. We're still at this weird stage though, where the cubes just flicker in and out and they all have the same fucking position. How does this not change anything? Fuck! What else am I doing wrong, motherfucker? At least now the data looks correct. It's just not correct. Somehow. Okay, that works. So the attribute is somehow not conveyed properly, of course, because what else would it be? I set this to 3. And lay on this much. Yeah, there's nothing you need to do to mark it as like a property that should be per instance or whatever. Just need this, but
I'm getting a headache. I think I should head to bed. I hope you get it to work because I'm curious and excited for the final result.
Alright, sleep well, my buddy. This is... I hate every second of this past hour.
Good night and enjoy the fireworks.
I'm not enjoying anything right now. Just seething hatred. So now it doesn't flicker anymore. Strange that it wouldn't. Well, or maybe that was just chance, I don't know. This is so weird. It really depends on what I do at the beginning rather than what happens later somehow. What if I always just draw the same number of things? Let's just say 100. Okay. So these never seem to get changed at all. Which means this somehow doesn't grip.
I'm also heading for bed, thank you. I'm also curious, we'll watch it.
Okay. Good night, everybody.
Good night.
Good night. I hate looking for answers to this kind of shit because you only find people with ill-defined problems and solutions. Oh, maybe it's because I was... No, huh? I'm confused. Maybe I shouldn't be using stream draw, but stream copy? I don't know. No, I think I need to use stream draw. Oh, all the music is gone. Well, uh, let me also have a look at... I cannot determine anything wrong because I know the buffer update stuff works for the uniform buffers, which work through the same mechanism. Yeah, I'm only finding novice bullshit, which I'm sure I'm not doing wrong. Fuck. I have no idea at this point why it's reading things weird. So let's again do this. I don't get it. It's almost as if it kind of works the first few times and then it just breaks down after that. Though even now, it's not actually... Okay, there it is. It's very bizarre. For the first few it works fine, and then it just doesn't. Okay, now it's staying the same. Always, it seems. No, not quite. What in the world? Oh wait, instance count, no, times 12 levels. No, that is the actual count of instances. I was wondering whether it was, dumb. It's as if it's mocking me somehow. Why only 2? Where are all the others? I'm drawing like 100. Where are all the other goddamn fucking cubes? Are they all at the fucking same position somehow? What is this shit? Oh wait, I only have 5. Never mind, but that's still... I don't get it. I just don't fucking get it. Just don't fucking get it. Scroll over, you piece of shit. Wait, how are all the lifetimes negative? Should have been replaced. Oh right, initial state is not called per particle. That's one problem for sure. Ah, God. Yeah, today is not my finest hour by a long ass shot. Jesus Christ. Okay, so now they should be different. They should be jumping around. But they are not. There's only one motherfucking cube. Wait. Why is it static? Why? Of all things, it being just fixed makes the least amount of sense. It should change. Do not comprehend. Why everything is still. Still as a motherfucking ghost. It's like it's snapshotted as soon as it's drawn. What am I doing wrong? Is the buffer somehow untied? Somehow deallocated? Something? I can't explain it. Why is it recompiling shaders when I do that? I guess I know why. Wait, why is it static draw? That's not right. What the fuck? Why is it static draw? I mean, I would explain what the fuck is happening, but why? Can't see shit in all this. Is it somehow changed? Stream draw now. Fucking goddamn notes. I hate you. Static draw now. But it is the same buffer. How does that get fucking changed? What in the world? It might be default in orgs. This stuff might be poisonous. I think it's possible that it's calling reinitialize instance somewhere, in which case the default in orgs apply, I believe. And that's no good. So I'm just gonna see if that helps anything at all. The reason I've been using default in-orgs instead of anything else is because it makes things a bit neater to look at. Instead of having really long slots, I've been using that to make it a bit better to look at. It's not so crowded, and I don't have to spill it across multiple lines. shared initialize instance of your text. What? I expect the element type. This is terrible. This kind of check should be revised anyway to be on shared initialize and to properly respect things. Init args and stuff alike. Buffer data is unbound. How is it unbound, please? Oh, I guess I forgot to put the uniform. Still static draw, probably because I didn't recompile it. The reason I don't want to check the slot value in an after method is because at that point the slot has been modified, so it's a bit too late to do a check. It's still static draw. How? What? Am I getting the wrong buffer? Is that what's happening? Oh my god. No, it's stream draw here. What? 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 What do you mean? Is it never... No. Huh? It's there, but then how... How is it? It is the same. Yeah, it is the same buffer, so it's selecting it correctly, but how is it getting changed to static draw? What? And then back again some... I am going fucking bonkers. What? Huh. That is interesting. This line here. That is very interesting. Why did I think that was a good idea? That is, that's some stuff. What? Yeah, the mesh stuff. I can't state this enough. Is completely fucked up. Oh my god. It works. Kind of. But why do they not drop right? It's weird. Some of them drop correctly, not others. Hmm. Why does that happen? Some of them. Hmm. Oh, they're dead particles, I guess. Okay. We're getting somewhere now. Let's also make the cube a bit smaller. Uh, well, it's something. This is weird stuff. Hmm. Can't believe the fucking mesh. Tonight was just all past mistakes haunting me. That mesh stuff needs to be fixed ASAP, because that's some bullshit. I don't even know which of these are. Unless this is a good change. Good change. This is not. Don't think I need this change. Notice. Good night, Minty. I don't know why they stop so weird though. They're like spazzing and out. Is it copying things wrong? Let's make the lifetime a bit longer. It's almost like they spawn too late, and this one is like terminally stuck. Sounds like there's a box somehow where I can't see them. Very strange. Yeah, something isn't right with the way things work here. Even though I thought this was correct, I guess it was not. Really wish Emacs would stop switching my goddamn buffers around willy-nilly. Read offset is always bigger. It's just wrong with the way things are updated. They should always appear in the center for at least a frame. But they don't. Okay, there's still this stray one there. fuck? What if we always ensured? We updated as many as we could. Okay. That looks pretty cool. If it's not right, but it looks cool. Unintentional cool. Yeah, dead particles are being drawn still. Oh yeah, that's... Of course. Wait, no, what? Should be black if they were. No, wait, never mind. That can't be right. Why? That was weird stuff. Weird, 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 weird. So weird. Yeah, it always appears there instead of where it should. Very, very bizarre. Oh my god, we're already at 3 hours and I'm very tired because usually right now I'm asleep or I'm in bed. I'm going to be asleep in a minute. Birds are fighting again. And I haven't looked after my cat in a while, which is also bad. Well, I haven't looked after her in 3 hours, which is really, ugh. I don't like doing that. Some particles do behave correctly, others just do not. Just don't get it. Fuck you, Emacs. No. Okay. Now it's starting to corrupt itself. It starts out fine, but then it gets weird. And weirder and weirder and weirder. Yeah, I'm sure it has something to do with dead things not getting purged correctly. I don't know, well, got something that kind of looks like fireworks. Not intentionally in any way, but something. I need to stop here. I can't do this anymore. Sorry. Fixing stupid shit. Yeah. Thanks for sticking around until the end. Alrighty. Good night.